the making of the American Bro-lution.
And if you're not smart, it's revolution, but
yeah.
making brownies.
This is the war that we all know well due to our previous history classes where the Patriots, which are also known as the British colonists, fought against their mother country, England, to gain their independence.
By previous lessons, we mean all the way in 5th grade.
Pretty much.
That's the last time we learned about this.
No, 7th.
7th?
Yeah.
I learned about
Cold. Alright.
I am not cold, so.
Alright, this is off topic. So to start off our recipe, the first step is to preheat our oven to about 350 degrees, which represents the Treaty of Paris, which kind of sparked this whole colonist revolt and so on. Our next step is to take
batter. Guys, like,
batter
it's
because
basically everything that we don't have here.
like scissors.
I like how you don't have measuring cups.
Shut up! So, our batter, which is our first step, represents the colonists. For they all, as a group before the war even started, won against the British due to the Stamp Act and the Boston Tea Party. So this represents
conflicts. And
this represents a total of all the colonists who participated in the Boston Tea Party, who had dressed up as Tomahawk Indians and threw all the tea to the Boston Harbor, along with a man named, give me a second, along with a man named Patrick Henry, who had protested British tyranny and was a symbol for American struggle and liberty. And yes, moving on.
America.
Our next ingredient is water. How much water do we need? We need 1/4 of a cup of water.
As she does that.
Represents loyalists, kind of before the war even started, who were tarred, feathered by colonists in America and were absolutely hated by the colonists. And also,
but loved by the British, the French, and basically the people that we were fighting against. Because they were loyalists. Loyal.
Next, we're going to have 2 1/3 cup of oil. So give me a segundo. And as we pour this oil in, this oil represents patriots, exactly.
Because oil is thick, like our hearts. No, wait. Like our skin. We are strong people. And
so they represent the patriots, who is a separate individual because, as we know, oil does not go together with water. Is 2 eggs. These 2 eggs represent King George III, who was the current monarch of the British Kingdom during this time period, and who absolutely despised the idea, better yet, that the colonists wanted their freedom. So would you like to try
really, guys, he started this. She lives here. She doesn't know where to put the things. And now she's whisking because mixing all these ingredients together
this stirs up the revolution.
Well, first of all, it makes a mess.
Well, yes.
Like the revolution.
But this all stirs up the revolution. These people, these acts, this king, all caused the revolution to spark.
You sound so angry.
So as we whisk, we put in all the anger and all
I almost dropped something.
And all the, hatred towards the loyalists. The hatred, better yet, between the loyalists and the patriots. So we shall whisk until that was the beeping of our oven, guys. The oven's all ready for our
preheated.
It has been preheated.
Preheated.
Sorry.
Like we hate the loyalists. Let's stop. Let's just stop right there. The way she whisks is weird.
We whisk until our batter is nice and smooth, unlike the revolution.
According to the box, it's supposed to be thick.
Our next step.
The Brina show.
Our next step is to pour our batter into this lovely tray.
Martha Stewart is disappointed in you.
I'm done.
Can we keep these in that? Because I'm actually making really smart comments, guys. And I don't know if you guys are going to see that.
Okay. Anyway, we shall pour the batter, and this batter represents all the fighters, all the warriors, such as George. Okay, this person over here. So, whisking the batter and then pouring it into the aluminum.
The baking pan.
Same thing! Represents fighters and important people such as George Washington, as we know, was a leader in the Revolutionary War and later on became our first U.S. president. He was very famous for crossing the Delaware River, which was one of the most famous scenes in the American Revolution history. And he was actually pretty smart with the way he won the war. Because of him, many ideas such as his idea of smallpox immunization program kind of helped him defeat the Loyalists, because at this time, Patriots were very weak and lame compared to the Loyalists, who had guns, who had beautiful uniforms, who had everything, while the Patriots had scraps and were slowly dying off. Along with this batter comes Benjamin Franklin, John Paul John, who were both on the patriotic side, who both assisted in this war, but Benjamin Franklin assisted more in the Declaration of Independence, and so on and so forth. John Paul John was the father of the American Navy. You okay there?
No, look how nice it just drips.
Alright. Was a father in the American Navy. He also later served in the Russian Army, proving how pretty good he is, and so on and so forth. Along with this batter comes Deborah Sampson, who was a woman who disguised herself as a man, so think Mulan style, who fought in the war, who becoming one of the only women to fight during this time.
Because women don't have rights.
Pretty much. And along with that, we have another woman, her name being Molly Pitcher. See, Molly Pitcher was a nurse during this time period, during the war, because at the time, women were only allowed on the battlefield to assist wounded warriors. However, when she saw her husband who got shot and fall, he was in charge of cannons, she immediately ran up and shot the cannons herself, which was condoned at this time. So this proves an act of bravery on the women's part and their part in the American Revolution. Shut up. Finally, we can't forget our Loyalists. We have Oliver Delancey and Beverly Robinson. Oliver Delancey was a major general and a merchant. He was a loyal politician and a soldier during the American War of Independence. Not much of information about him. He just knows that he was a very strong supporter of the Loyalist side and was willing to do anything for his mother country to regain their control over the colonists. Also, Beverly Robinson. Beverly Robinson was opposed to the separation of the colonies from England. However, he had wished to take no conflict in the conflict of arms. He instead took part in protest, in rallying up his fellow Loyalists, and assisted in taking on spies for the Loyalists, and so on and so forth. His son, who was also named Beverly, so creative, was a lieutenant. The regiment, which saw much fighting in the course of the war, figured most prominently in the attack of Fort Montgomery, New York, on October 6th, 1777, when British and Loyalist forces overwhelmed the rebel fort on the Hudson River. So as you can see, this family they've got going on over here has some good skill on the Loyalist side. However, as we know...
Can we just talk about how much better I whisked this than you?
Alright, you know what?
If you guys could see how smooth this looks...
Continuing, we're pouring in the batter. Uncertainty. This represents the uncertainty of the war, especially because the Loyalists were so much superior compared to the Patriots. So this kind of represents the uncertainty of the war and the unexpected. You can lick this if you want.
Oh God.
See, she's gonna lick it now.
I'm not gonna lick it.
Alright, screw you.
I lied.
And
oh God, I'm getting chocolate
the uncertain outcome, because as we know, brownies don't always come out as we would hope. So at this point, we have the expectance of Loyalist success, and we shall see how this comes out at the end of whether the Loyalists or the Patriots have won, even though we already know. But for suspense.
But that would mean that it's going to take a while for it to bake. So
we'll just batter in our pan, ready to go into the oven. So you want to help me open the oven?
yes.
Come on, lovely assistant.
You
Martha
can't-
Stewart #1. These to cook represents the 7 years, as Ms. Jadalyn over here has stated previously, and also represents the, like I said before, the uncertainty and the on-edge kind of feeling you get from learning about the American Revolution and the experience you might have. You can imagine that these loyalists, these patriots, these women, everybody involved in this war would have experienced.
You will see how the brownies come out when we hand them out, and have.
So guys,
Oh shit!
they're
done.
So this represents the American Revolution, the entire thing, and it came out pretty well, which represents the successful patriots. So congratulations, we are now free.
Congratulations to America for
America.
being the land of the free until 2K16. Thanks, Donald Trump. No, let me stop.
So
It
if you would
smells
like
really good.
this is a
Like-
close-up.
It hurts me how good it smells. It smells
And
nice.
later on, which will not be featured in this video, we shall be putting powdered sugar on it, which will represent all our fallen soldiers and commoners and such who have fought for this cause. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a little bit something, and this is our
American Bro-lution and Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart inspired.
You used to call me on
I
my.
don't think Martha Stewart uses this.
You used to. Yeah. You used to call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need